Hello everyone! Wait, hold on. Is my audio good? Okay, looks like my audio is good. The game audio is not so great. I'm gonna bump it up a bit. Okay, that should be fine right now, I guess. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena, and today we are doing the one for all midweek magic event. So this is a bit this is special in the sense that it's Historic Singleton, but no ban list. So no ban list, Historic Singleton. Best time to crack out all those all those mystical archive cards from Strixhaven. And so with that, we decided we're gonna do the one deck that I never got to do in Historic, but it's probably the best time to do this. It's the Tainted Pact deck. It's pretty much very reasonable to do this. And for those who are not familiar with the Tainted Pact combo, it centers around Tainted Pact, which allows you to exile the top card of your library unless you exile and you may put that card into your hand unless it has the same name as another card that's exiled this way, which is perfect for Singleton. And in fact, it does force you to not just Singleton your cards, but also Singleton your lands. Actually, it actually works nice with Kaldheim because they gave us snow covered basics as well, but that's another story. So so we can pretty much exile all the way down to the bottom of our library, and we win with either Thassa's Oracle, which definitely was banned at some point, but it belongs here in this case, so we're bringing out Thassa's Oracle again. And Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, as our backup because some versions of this deck run 2 copies of Thassa's Oracle. We don't have the luxury of that. Also, for that reason, I could not have Jace be in the sideboard because I don't think I will have the time to. I don't think I will have the time to dig for to cast use Fae of Wishes to dig for a card from sideboard. That said, we do benefit from several cards here. So instead of Mastermind's Acquisition, we have straight up Demonic Shooter. Okay. Then let's see, what else do we have here? We also got from Strixhaven, Solve the Equation. Very good job. This particular format seems to be Planeswalker heavy, so Baleful Mastery is in. Eliminate is in because of certain 3-mana Planeswalkers. But otherwise, it's about getting to that combo. I did say we have the Demonic Shooter. We also have a Grim Shooter. We also have Wishclaw Talisman, our basic shooter cards. Otherwise, everything is about maintaining control. We have a Dark Ritual, which it's pretty much emergency case. Like if we need to crack for emergency mana, like it's a way to pump out an extra for the Solve the Equation, or to dump some for check for traps, Inquisition, Thoughtseize, whatnot. Also Doomblade, because we could always use removal. This could easily just be, but again, we did have to have a nod for Planeswalker removal. So the other usual stuff: Thought Erasure, Tyrant Scorn. Though I think some of these cards are kind of holdovers from the older from previous formats. Some of these definitely should be changed out. Agadeem's Awakening, just in case the Thassa's Oracle does land in the graveyard. It's kind of the virtue of having Tainted Pact as an instant. And it's all pretty much about card selection there. So I have been able to combo off twice already, but it's not that perfect. But you definitely want to be able to have the Thassa's Oracle into Tainted Pact, because by default it'll just exile through everything. This is definitely not keepable. As much as I like to turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Mindstone, no blue source is a killer. Now Lurrus is also concerned because there is a Thassa's Oracle version that runs Lurrus, so we can safely bin the Dark Ritual in this case, since we're not Agadeem's Awakening anytime soon. So we're just gonna do Also, opponent going first is a bummer. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Okay, so our opponent is kind of aggro. We can kind of brainstorm into something, but if our opponent is mono black aggro, we are in real trouble here. We were forced to mulligan, and okay, this might be even worse. We can augur bolas for something. Most of our cards are pretty much instants and sorceries. It will give us a blocker on the ground, but that will have. Do I just take the 2 damage and I could also just take the 2 damage and check for traps right away. Yeah, check for traps right away. Let's see if we can nuke. Okay. Eat to Extinction is kind of fine. Bloodthirsty Adversary is an issue. Cut the Ribbons, not so much an issue. Claim to Fame. Hold on, this is if an instant card's exiled this way, they lose 1 life. So we actually want to take out the Eat to Extinction because so it actually domes them, but actually it's super irrelevant at this point. Well, actually, it not doming us is more relevant than. So our opponent probably just plays the. Oh, they could also just pump this one, I suppose. Yeah, they're just gonna pump and hit us. So Augur of Bolas is gonna just buy us a little time. It's actually gonna probably eat the cut to ribbons. So definitely taking. Oh, there's a fatal push also. I have to solve the equation. Yeah, we'll definitely take the solve the equation. So the backup plan is basically Lutri into. The backup plan is generally Lutri into Lutri. Now that said, if things are getting really hairy, I can always solve the equation for a fatal push. Which I might have to do. I already put the fatal push in the bottom. Yeah, do. Well, I can also do it for Bloodchief's Thirst rather than fatal push, since it's still 1 mana no matter what. With all of these in our opponent can just reclaim it. Yeah, they're just gonna claim it back. So we're back at it again. Yeah, this time we're drawing into our lands, which is not really good here. I can put this in hand just to give us a. Because our opponent just probably pumps this one. I don't think they dropped the. There's no reason for them to drop the Bloodthirsty Adversary. As much as I want to do the Supreme Will. I'll probably opt first. Let's see. Maybe you can hit something. Baleful Mastery. We can draw that actually. Bomat Courier. So I'm actually more okay with Bomat Courier. Get greedy. Wow, this is gonna be down to the wire. We did draw an Omen. We also drew a Supreme. I can actually just chump block with Lutri because we can just Agadeem's away. Because we can just Agadeem's Awakening something else back. Our opponent already used up the Claim to Fame, so they can't buy back the. Oh wait, I exiled it anyway, so they really couldn't buy it back. Bloodbraid Marauder. No Cascade. In fact, if our opponent goes for the Bloodthirsty Adversary, I might just counter it. It's a... Now the problem is our opponent can now win just by sacking this and going for ribbons. Yeah, this is not helping us. Like, I can Agadeem's Awakening for Augur of Bolas again just to give us a blocker. So that's X equals 2. I would need to hit a 1 mana spell, that's a whiff. And that's a good game because our opponent has to cut so they can just bomb us out. So we did not happen to hit it. I guess I could have mulliganed further. I guess I could have mulliganed further down to like a multi-5. We might have to play this closer to similar to a Tybalt's Trickery deck. I might have vomited a little bit just by saying that. Okay. But we'll keep going for this. We do have a sort. The game plan is still sound. It's just well, maybe a little bit wonkier than usual. So let's see. I definitely want the Clearwater pathway on. Blue. Nice. Okay. Is our opponent has Vampire of the Dire Moon. So we did draw a Jawari Disruption, so I probably want to play Terramorphic Expanse. We probably want to go for the multi-black since our opponent is going black-white. Hushbringer, yeah, not too relevant for us. We go for the Snow Covereds first in case our opponent has Redain. Our opponent could have a Clackbridge Troll, which would be an issue. So it's going to be a while before they hit it. It could just be mostly lifelink. Let's see what their tree drop is. We can afford to Duress. Well, we're not losing anything. So we might... Okay, we're probably going to lose the Languish, so we're going to let it go. If our opponent takes the Languish, we automatically eliminate with Hushbringer. Well, at least we do it end of turn. Also note that by having the Duress in their yard, okay, they discard the Thoughtseize. So... still kind of okay with that. I guess I can snipe the Vampire of the Dire... Actually, no, we'll pass. So opponent's now gonna try to not get countered. Now they could also easily have a Mana Tide, which would be annoying. So we're just waiting for them to play out stuff. Okay. Yeah, they probably have a Mana Tide, which would be annoying. Let's see, do they have the Mana Tide? Or, you know what? I can wait one more turn. Johnny's Pride Mate. Oh, so it's just plain life gain. Okay, so... now, the thing is, once these two hit... okay. So... Okay, so they put a +1/+1 counter. My turn. Okay, so Brainstorm, Blood Chief's Thirst. I guess we are keeping. Yeah, I guess we're keeping both. We don't have the combo yet, but we can just keep we can just keep nuking our opponent out a bit. So far, 3 cards in the yard. Got Eternal Oketra. So we can't quite counter it. We can't eliminate it either. Wait, this is number of cards in their yard, so it won't. Yeah, we won't quite be able to counter it. So Celundi Vision, we definitely want to put the Languish and the Opt back. Probably want the Opt on top. Yeah, I think we. Yeah, we made the mistake. Well, we did have to play it in this manner of speaking. Opponent has 4 cards in the yard. So I could Celundi Vision end of turn and hold up Drown in the Lock. I could also just go for the Lutri if I if I go for the Lutri, I have to do it now, which we'll probably do. Yeah, we'll do. I'm actually surprised that they did end up into 6 mana. Okay, Prison Realm. Prison Realm doesn't do much. Well, it scries with them 1, I suppose. In fact, we now Inquisition to see what their last card is. It's probably a land. We could just Celundi Visions and now see if we hit something. Yeah, that probably doesn't look so bad. We'll do that. Oh, we could even copy it. I guess we will. So we need to get hit. Baleful Mastery is good, actually. Though this one, Shimmer of Possibility is fine. We did lose the Jace. We did lose the Thassa's Oracle down to the bottom also. So it means we need to hit a Tainted Pact. Giant Killer. It actually means Languish is not so bad. You're unfortunately not gonna. Yeah, that's a. Yeah, we probably should have just done the Shimmer first. Okay, Watery Grave, Shipwreck Marsh. We'll go Shipwreck Marsh. Let's see what their last card is. It might just be nothing. It could be an... Ooh! Okay, it was something. We are still gonna take quite a bit of damage though. Good game. Rankle, yeah, that's good game. So yeah, that was a bit unfortunate on for us. We did have to wipe the board there. Not going not going too well. I actually did not I'm finally seeing the aggro now. Like a while ago, so many were just playing Planeswalker decks, and all of a sudden the aggro shows up. So all of a sudden, Languish is not so great. It's acceptable, I suppose. It does give an argument for putting a Learn Lesson package, even if it's just divide by zero, hunt for specimens. Pop quiz? Maybe not pop quiz. Okay, so we are keeping this one. We're gonna go for the turn 1 Inquisition immediately. See if we can. Opponent has Lura's main deck. The Agonizing Remorse is, well, it's not quite an issue since they're not really hitting anything vital here. In fact, we have the Brainstorm, so if we do happen to have anything vital, we can tuck it. And they're definitely gonna go Agonizing Remorse. So no Brainstorm in response. We definitely want to tuck the Jace. We can. Yeah, we'll tuck the Salundi Vision also. It does mean that when we draw Salundi Vision, we can't cast it. Opponent will take Search for Ascanta, of course. It also means that, ooh, we did goof up. The Salundi Vision should have been below, the Jace should have been on top. I guess we're just putting Litri in hand. What it has? So the Eat to Extinction is an issue. I will just play the Augur of Bolas. Yeah, this has Menace, so we're not blocking anytime soon. Okay, Memory... Shimmer, Memory Lapse. We are missing the Tainted Pact as part of the combo piece, so Shimmer is probably better than Memory Lapse. Yeah, we'll take the Shimmer. Heartless Act, sure. Opponent just using up. So the issue now is as soon as we need to dodge the Eat to Extinction, which is an issue. So definitely need to get an island to Castle Vantress. And let's get the snow covered one. Temple of Deceit. So let's see. I'm actually gonna just cast Shimmer into Lutri. Because we have a Jace already, we technically just need the Tainted Path. So Grim Shooter does it. Tyrant Scorn answers the Forlorn guy. We have a Salundi. I think I'll take the Grim Shooter. It's kind of grim though because we. Yeah, if I knew I was gonna get the Demonic Shooter, I would not have taken the Grim Shooter. So now technically we are just. Well, okay, our opponent used that up. So what we probably will do is shoot. Okay, Dark Ritual comes in. So first we do a Temple of Deceit. Memory Lapse on top. We don't really need that because we're about to shoot her anyway. So the question is, if I pay for this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm concerned our opponent might have more removal. Yeah, maybe I should have kept the. So I'm actually gonna spend the Dark Grid now. We're gonna get Tassa's Oracle. And we're gonna get the Tainted Pact. And so basically it's cast, pass, because once it lands, the trigger's already on the stack. We just need to keep exiling down to 0. So we just have to click very fast. Yeah, and now it begins. How fast can we click decline? Opponent's gonna figure out that since the Tassa's already on the stack, we're just emptying our library. We'll do a check on how far we can go before our opponent concedes. But even then, we already know that even if we trigger the timeout, and we do have 2 timeouts, it should empty our library by itself. I wish there is a button for... There is an auto button for the take action, but there is no... I need to check what the button for the decline is, because it's a lot faster than clicking. My clicks per minute is not that great. So far, we haven't triggered it yet, which is good. Oh, we did empty it, and it didn't trigger. And there we go. That's a Tassa's Oracle win, and this one our opponent did not even concede. We did go through quite a good number of cards, but that was like what, 41 already when we were already clicking. So we did go through quite a few cards. But there we go. That's a neat win for us. I don't know. Well, we did. So it is still viable. Again, sometimes you run into the oddball constructed or oddball, oddball aggro, or well, it's actually super aggro is quite legit. Super control is quite legit. Tyrant Scorn not so legit, but it does. But we do need to crack the Terramorphic to get the blue already. So it's a bit awkward for. Well, not too awkward for Fatal Push, considering... Oh wait, our opponent's also in Lutri, so this could also be a Tainted Pact deck. So this is going to be interesting, is whoever can fire off their Tainted Pact first. So we don't need the Black-White yet since we're going Mace Mind Tome. So we can pin that to the bottom. Oh, opponent conceded very... Well, that was very fast. Well, I guess our opponent... I'm very sure our opponent is playing... well, I have... The best case... The best bet is our opponent was playing another Tainted Pact deck, but... The Maze Mind Tome only just... it draws us deeper into more cards. I guess that's what powers it out. Our opponent could easily still have counters, so it could... It wouldn't have ruined their... day quite yet. Though I know the deck doesn't run that many counters. Yeah, it does run a few legacy cards that probably have been supplanted. Definitely some of them will be supplanted by the time we get to Crimson Vow. Like say, Omen of the Sea is easily replaced by the 3 mana rare with Cleave that you're never gonna activate as Cleave. So okay. This is a super awkward mana base, but we will keep it. Brainstorm's fine, I suppose. Like turn 2, I'm probably just gonna play Castle Lockbane. Okay, opponent is in super haste. So I need to decide if our opponent is just mono red gold white or if they're red white. But I do need to fix my hand a bit. So I think I can afford to take one more. I can afford to take one hit from the Blood Chiefsters. And from the Ginger Brute before Faithless Looting. Okay, this is interesting. This could be well, can't you should. Ooh, it's a haste deck. It's a super weird haste deck, but it's a haste deck nonetheless. So kind of awkward, but we will brainstorm now because we need to hit. Okay, Watery Grave is fine. Fetid Pools, not so fine. So what are we putting down? Mystic Sanctuary, we don't need it quite yet. The Fetid Pools, we don't need quite yet either. So probably like this. Also note that we need wait, 3 or more other islands. So we are probably not gonna. So we're probably not gonna get the Blood Chief's Curse back anytime soon. I'm still gonna hold anyway because our opponent might have a 3-drop, so Jawari Disruption does things for us there. Play with Fire. This Scry one might. Well, we'll take it. Mono red aggro. Well, mono red aggro is the solution, I suppose. Let's see what their 3-drop is. Phoenix of Ash. Ooh, now I wish that the Drupa Bog is there because they have a lot of cards in the yard now. So they are gonna get it back. So definitely Mind Stone into Search for Ascanta, but this is looking really bad. Yeah, we need a 3rd island soon. Like our opponent's easily gonna just escape this one, so they can even do it twice. So we need to hit one of our exile cards, and we don't have that many. Dark Ritual doesn't do it, so graveyard it goes. Counter Spell is nice though. I can see an argument for just putting Lutri in hand just in case, because we're not exactly having anything better to do. But yeah, we're probably gonna lose this one. Again, aggro is a. With everyone else doing other things, aggro is quite relevant. So we're actually gonna just counter it. Our opponent can will just probably pay the 2 mana and make this a 5/3. So we're probably dead next turn. Oh, Reckless Stormseeker. Yeah, we're gonna be dead next turn. So we would need to hit the Languish, but solve the equation. We can solve the equation for a kill spell. Yeah, but it's super awkward. There's no point copying it. Yeah, like the best bet is Languish. We can't even cast it if we do. Okay, Fatal Push, Eliminate. It's technically just Baleful Mastery. Yeah, we have to let them draw a card. So Student Cost, Exile, Phoenix. If they hit another creature, we're dead. If they might not even cast Faithless Looting to or oh, that's a good thing. So yeah, it's quite unfortunate that yeah, that's usually the issue. Maybe we have to mulligan more aggressively. We'll try that. So if we don't have a shooter in hand, or any one of the combo pieces in hand, we'll just shooter more aggressively. That's how we'll do it. The thing is, it's sometimes you sometimes don't want to mulligan aggressively because it is like playing Yeah, this is a mulligan aggressively. We do have removal, but our opponent is playing blue tree again. Okay, we are definitely keeping this one, and we're gonna bin. So ideally, we go for Grim Shooter, though our opponent might have hand removal, which is an issue. Yeah, we kind of want that in the library. And we can only activate this on our turn, but we're not exactly planning. Yeah, we don't have to activate it quite yet, so we're gonna just pass. Let's see if our opponent does have the hand hate. Pelaka Predation. That will take the Grim Shooter, so... Well, we got a better one instead. So the issue now is, does our opponent have more hand hate? All of a sudden yeah, because it's that is the issue. So I kind of have to just go for Lutri now. And we can't exactly use the Wish Claw Talisman until we're going for the win, because we could be giving our opponent the hand hate that search for Ascanta. Okay. Drowned Catacomb, Library. Yeah, we need the 5 mana. So yeah, we're missing multiple pieces. Wait. Yeah, the problem is I need to cast Demonic Shooter and hope that they don't have hand hate afterwards. In fact, what I'm gonna do is just do it with Blue Tree. Get 2 of the 3 pieces, or the opponent has Eliminate, that's fine. So we can't take Tainted Pact because that's the game-winning piece. We've used up all our shooters except... Yeah, we can't take the Tainted Pact. We have to take one of these. We have to take these other 2. So it's a question of, do they have the counter spell for the Tainted Pact? That's also another thing. Mystic Sanctuary, we can graveyard that because we have a Consider. So I might just... cast a Consider first, see if we can dig for some spell. I can also just cast... Yeah, we'll just cast Jace immediately. We have to mill our opponent. We can't mill ourselves. If our opponent just has to... Oh, Divide by 0 is fine. Nothing from Divide by 0 hits our hand. And if they have to cast Teaching of the Archaics for it, we're quite good. That said, we have to use the... Be careful with Wishclaw Talisman. That's an issue. Man is slightly awkward. If I'd known I was going to get the Drowned Catacomb, I would have set this to blue. Free Consider would have been nice. Opponent getting stuck on a lot of black, though. Narset, Carter, Veils. We're not exactly planning to draw cards. But they also had to tap out all their blue mana for it. Do they have a... Augur of Bolas, we can graveyard that now. Now we go for Tainted Pact. And always full control because we want to cast Tainted Pact while that's on the stack. And decline, 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 decline. Yeah, and the opponent sees it. Yeah, we slipped through the cracks there. We managed to get. I'm actually surprised our opponent did not have more hand hate after that. Like running main deck Palaka Predation, it helps with your lands, but it is a bit on the clunky side. That said, I will admit it actually seems like a good idea. I'll probably consider running that one. Yeah, you know what? I guess let's do one more. Let's see. Let's just do one more. Let's see if we can pact our way out of this, or if we run into another awkward matchup. The two matchups that. The weird thing is that the two matchups that are super awkward are like super aggro early, unless you happen to have your languish, or super control. Okay, so this is also awkward, but we will keep this. Our opponent goes first, so yeah, counterspell is a bit on the awkward side, but we do have to keep it. Opponent Duress. Let's see what we lose. We most likely lose the Thoughtseize. Yeah, we lose the Thoughtseize. So since we don't have to worry about the Thoughtseize anymore, Dismal Backwater. So yeah, this is a different kind of control. I'm trying to figure out what the green element is for. Yeah, now technically the Evolving Wilds is a lot better because it does dig us a little closer. Yeah, we actually should not have kept that hand. Cultivate. So our opponent is just ramping. So at least we have a Doomblade for in case of emergency. Eliminate probably not gonna do much. But sometimes our opponent could have like a rando 4-mana play. Yeah, this is pretty much a nod to Triferi. We pretty much have to keep it. There's no. Okay, there's a Wishclaw Talisman, but generally you want to wait on the Wishclaw Talisman when you can, if you want to activate it immediately or not. And the problem is I don't feel good about passing it back to them, though this is our only tutor, so that's something we have to really consider. Opponent going for Lutri. So we did hit the Castle Vantress. It's actually tempting to just play the Agadeem's Awakening. Cycling, okay. Now this could also be a Field of the Dead deck, though, which makes perfect sense. Our opponent could also just be counter heavy right now, so all the more reason not to. We will check for traps since commit. Do they have the Norse? Okay, binding. Okay, binding does nothing. We can. Yeah, this is why agonizing remorse is better in the sense that, okay, it would have nuked the memory at least. So actually no, yeah, we can't. Our opponent could just memory now and just reset everything here. If their hand is so bad, I guess it makes sense. This could also just be Alrund's Epiphany. It'll buy them a turn. It's not a bad play. Nissa who shakes the world. We can kill one land. We can't kill the Nissa quite yet. That's not being able to kill the Nissa is a bit of an issue here. So we hit 6 mana. I really don't like giving this to them. We do have a memory lapse. Yeah, I even had to craft the darn thing. Hold on, where is the memory lapse? Okay, it's hard to find. Sorry, hard to find. Yeah, because these are all lands. Oh wait, no, the memory lapse is there. Yeah, because our opponent definitely triggers this one. The reason I went for the memory lapse is because whatever spell they decide to cast it.
The land fights for us.
Because they can just recast commit. Since it's Alrund's Epiphany. Well, technically they can remove a wish counter to get the counter spell off this one. I think that's what they're going to do. Yeah, memory lapse or memory lapse. Okay. Not too bad. Okay, it's actually quite bad. Like, our opponent can just binding to take care of this last one. We will have a memory lapse up top. Our best bet would be to just Doomblade Doomblade Lutri. But we might not even make it that far. Our opponent could have a Time Walk and that would be it. That's actually a good question. Why did I not Karn's Temporal Sundering? Yeah, that's a good game. Yeah, Yep. So yeah, so we kind of bummed out on that one. Could we add more Planeswalker removal? Unfortunately, it's in Crimson Vow, Hero's Downfall. That would be a really good add there. Like, we added the Baleful Mastery because it gives us an option. Playing the Wishclaw Talisman, probably a mistake. Our better bet was probably just to answer the creature lands our opponent played out, but we had no main deck answer for Nissa. A main deck pitting need, but it does give us ideas. Like, if we were to go for a sideboard, what would it be? So let's say you do decide to do a Fae of, let's say you do add that Fae of Wishes. What are the cards that you'd want to hit? So for one, you'd want some anti-planeswalker tech. So Pitting Needle is in Crimson Vow, so you'll have to make do with Sorcerer's Spyglass for now. So the Sorcerer's Spyglass would have to be would be your one sideboard card. That gives you about 5 other slots. Let's see. There's the stone that when your opponent taps for more mana, it just only produces 1 instead. Can't find. Damping Sphere. Yeah, this may be a bit too specific. You can't. Path of Negation would be a good option. Like, if you're going for the combo win, having Path of Negation is quite up there. It like you don't. It doesn't even matter if you. Like having that as a safety option is a good one. Now because there's only now you probably want a raise dead style effect on the sideboard in case they somehow manage to nuke your they somehow manage to nuke your Thassa's Oracle. The Tainted Pact is the probably the harder one to protect, but you need to protect that one at all costs. Have it would yeah, it has to be a raise dead effect. Trying. Yeah, actually, now that I mentioned that, the check for traps, you probably do want to have agonizing remorse. We got lucky that time, but being able to nuke a card from the graveyard is probably just as relevant, if not more so. So I would definitely make that switch. Yeah. What? Blood Beckoning, okay, that's a simple one. Crawl from the Cellar. The flashback maybe not so relevant. Return, Echoing Return doesn't really matter here. March of the Drown, not so much. Omen of the Dead probably does work here because I'm getting the Scry 2 is also relevant here. Yeah, maybe I would do that. You'd probably want more card draw. Maybe not card draw. It actually, but you do want ways to take care of a problem non-land permanent. So, not Geist Wave. Probably into the Royal is fine. Blink of an Eye also kind of works there. Confounding Conundrum, probably too late by the time you search it up. Inscription of Actually, the Inscriptions would also be good fits here as well. Maybe not Insight, but Inscription of Ruin is definitely a fit here. It does buy back a creature card. I think it buys it back to hand, so that is better because you would want to be able to time it with your Tainted Pact. Yeah, but it returns to the battlefield, so this one's actually so a bit awkward unless you have the Tainted Pact. Yeah, and you need being able to protect the graveyard at all costs is an issue because people will be running graveyard removal. It would be kind of relevant especially if they're able to nuke the Thassa's Oracle. There is no way to get a card from exile quite yet. So return exile. I'm pretty sure there is no way to do that. Yeah, not really. Yeah, so yeah, not so great in terms of the options here. Actually, Murderous Rider is fine as a sideboard. Oh wait, no, it's a creature. You won't be able to get that back. Anyway, but those are things you want to think about it. Another thing you can probably adjust is what your rat effect is on this slot. there are many options for Tainted Pact, but you definitely want to have the shooters, and you definitely want to have both Oracle and Jace on your main board. You don't want it to be randomly taken. Actually, it makes it so that Tasa in your opening hand is probably a really bad idea. Well, actually, any of the combo pieces is a bit scary, especially if because black is quite popular next to blue. So if you happen to have those in your opening hand, you pretty much want a brainstorm as well. I think that should be about it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.